Good morning.
I'm Joanne from Magpies Cottage.
I'm Amy. Welcome.
Nice to see you. So, how's your week been?
Hot.
Yeah, it's been hot.
Hot.
I think all over the whole country it's been hot, hasn't it?
Well, the funny thing is, there are places where, okay, I looked at this morning on Ravelry because I am in the beginning phases of testing the sweater for Laura Ayler.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to check up what the posts have been on Ravelry regarding said sweater. And there was a post from Laura Ayler about a heat advisor, it being really hot. She's someplace up in Nova Scotia, some island camping, whatever. And they were talking about a high of 65 being hot.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, this island is kind of, obviously in the North Atlantic somewhere.
Yeah.
But it was.
But I mean, for an advisory, what do they heat their houses
She just
to?
wrote, some okay, they don't know what hot is. But I mean,
Right.
So she's off on this trip. She's not experiencing the heat either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because we're northerners, we probably don't have it as hot as people think hot is. I mean, for us, 90 is hot.
On the 4th of July, no, I can't remember. Was it that hot that day? I don't remember. It was nice. I don't remember it being beastly hot.
No, because we were outside for quite a while for
Yeah.
Clay's birthday.
Well, I ran into one of my teaching colleagues at down at the riverfront. We were getting ice cream. And
Okay.
She and I were talking, and of course her ice cream is melting all over the place, and mine I hadn't gotten it yet. But anyways, we were talking, and her family, her in-laws, her husband's mom, dad, and some of his siblings were all here, and they live, not Myrtle Beach, but another Gulf area in South Carolina.
Hilton Head?
Yeah, thank you. And so they're from Hilton Head,
Okay.
and they were talking about how wonderful it is up here.
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah.
not hot, and
Right.
there. It was kind of funny because I'm looking at Mandy, and she's got ice cream melting all over the place while we're yakking, and I'm going, "Would you just eat and I'll talk?"
Yeah, right.
And they're commenting on how this is so not hot. So I guess depends on where you're from.
Yeah.
But we're gonna, it's pretty warm today again, and we're gonna go down to the arts festival. So I don't know when we're gonna go. Ron says, well, we should probably go earlier this afternoon rather than later because there's supposed to be storms moving in. But then I thought, but earlier that 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's gonna be really hot.
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't know. We're
Yeah.
gonna go. We'll go today, but
Okay.
not sure when.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we've had a busy week here in the shop. Wednesday was sidewalk sale. That went really well. Got rid of a lot of clearance stuff. I left the clearance prices marked though, so if anybody still wants a deal, come on down. I marked a whole bunch of stuff for 50 cents and $1.
Oh my
People
gosh.
were checking out with bags of stuff for like $3, $4.
Great.
Just, get rid of
just
it.
gotta
so
move
you
the
can-
old
Yeah,
yarn.
just to get new stuff in. So we got rid of a lot of stuff. And then Thursday, we had the trunk show.
That was fun.
Yeah, Lucky Rose Fibers was here from Manitowoc. Yeah, that was really fun. So,
You should do that once a quarter. See
well,
if
I
there's-
asked her, and I
not
think,
just with her. I mean different dyers. Are there
okay.
other indie dyers?
I don't know
around here?
other ones that do trunk shows. I'd have to see.
I don't know. It was just fun. I mean, it's like, Twin Mommy would come, but it's too close now.
Yeah, it would have been
And
only
we had
2 weeks apart.
Yeah, and we had her last summer, and I
Right.
really liked her yarn.
And so I was thinking maybe I'll ask her if she wants to come next summer again.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And then
every
because
other
Lucky
year.
Rose is local, we could do Lucky Rose at a different time of year, maybe.
Well, I asked her to come back the second week in November, so she's here for Christmas shopping.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
Great.
So we're looking at that. She's got to check her calendar. But
Well, yeah.
sometime around that area, she'll come back.
Hmm.
So that'll be fun.
Cool.
Yeah, I liked having her here.
It was, and the knitting world actually is fascinating. When you look at it, how a person can turn this into a business. It's just amazing.
It's going to be dangerous having her here, though. She talks so passionately about spinning, and how, you know, it's just her relaxation and it's her thing and it sounds, you know, so fun, and I don't want to jump down that
Don't go down
rabbit
that
hole.
rabbit hole.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, so it is dangerous having her here.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, for me, I mean, I have no desire.
No?
No,
Okay.
but I didn't talk with her like you did.
Yeah.
So no, but no desire. I decided a long time ago because Mommy Amy was talking about taking classes, because I think you can take classes down at Bar Creek for it, and she was talking about going down there and taking a class. And this is years ago. I mean,
Right.
certainly
Yep.
before baby Jewel was born, and I said nope. Not doing it. Nope, not doing it. And honest to Pete, I made a conscious decision that I wasn't going to go down that hole, only because, well, I like knitting pretty yarn.
Yeah.
I don't want to take the time to have to spin it first.
You know, and I probably wouldn't like knitting with hand spun, because I don't even like knitting with the boucle yarn. I don't like anything bumpy. I don't like.
I
the
would agree with
thick,
that. I don't like
thin-
boucle.
I don't like the thick, thin stuff. You know, a lot of Universal Wisdom, whatever yarns are that
Yeah.
thick, thin kind of thing. I don't like that at all. I like a nice, steady, consistent width or whatever weight to my
I hear
yarn.
you. I hear you.
So, yeah. Anything else new with you?
Going camping next week.
Mm,
That's about it.
okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to lay low, but it's not working as good as I would like this summer. It's just not. I want to lay lower and have less on my schedule. But when I think about it, I threw in a weaving class.
Yeah.
I love weaving, but maybe I shouldn't do it in summer, only because I get so protective of my don't bug me, I'm doing as I darn well please time.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know.
Well, now starting next year, won't you just weave in your own home studio?
No, I'm not going to, because
Okay.
there's so much I don't know how to do.
Okay.
You know, like my project now is a rep weave, which is a completely different style of weaving than the Huck lace blanket. I don't really call it lace, but that baby blanket I did. And, you know, then there's plain weave scarves that I can really do some fun things with, you know, just digging into my yarn stash. And so, no, I don't know. You know, I want to do and explore different styles before committing to just doing certain things at home.
Okay.
And I like the idea of being able to set up my loom at home to do certain things for a while. And like, you know, like I got this crazy idea. I was going to make like little mug rugs and things like that for my siblings for Christmas or something like that. You know, I want to do that. But that's what I'll set up my loom at home for, is to do the things that I know I can do independently.
Okay.
And then things that I can't do independently, I'll take a class for, because there's a lot to learn. You know, and having this big floor loom, just getting it set up. Oh, there's plenty of YouTube out there. I know that. But to take the time to watch the YouTube and then apply it, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's easier just asking Nancy.
Yeah. But I got a really nice book on, you know, and it
Which one is that?
You'll
have to show me later.
Yeah, it's over in the corner. It shows all how you do all the tie-ups for each one, and it's made for 4 and 8 shaft looms.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's just got a lot of nice patterns. It's a really nice book, and I just bought it off Amazon.
Huh. I should look at it, because
Okay.
what I'd like is to like do I wanted like a home study course of weaving on a 4-shaft loom, and start with project A. This is basic project, and every project teaches a new skill or a new technique within that weaving realm, so that'll give me a baseline of what it is, you know, I need to know. You know, there are people doing that with their sock machines.
Yeah.
You know, learning step by step, and Oh, do I want to go down that rabbit hole? I'd love to go down that rabbit hole. I just can't afford a sock machine right now.
Yeah.
I know.
Right. Well, when we have one here, you can, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, you can use this one whenever you want and just go, learn it. So,
Okay, maybe I will.
yeah.
I'll have to put that on my summer list of things to do next summer, because this summer there's not much time left. I get this every year. I enjoy my summer so much, and just that freedom of just doing as I darn well please, and being able to just unwind and relax and engage in the things that I truly enjoy, like my knitting. I mean, gosh, I knit a lot in summer.
Yeah.
And so I'm very protective of that time. And as soon as like the 4th of July hits, crying out loud, there's so much summer left. But no kidding, people start asking me, well, when do you go back to work? I'm going,
Yeah.
It just, it's my life, it's my schedule. And it was kind of funny because I was talking with Ashley on the phone, and we were texting, and she sends me a text. Well, what day would be good for you to come and go dress shopping? Now, mind you, this going wedding dress shopping with my future daughter-in-law involves a flight to Sacramento. Okay, but she says, well, what night's good for you? Like I was going to come out for a night, and I texted her back. I said, well, it's summer. Pretty much any night.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
You can make it work.
I can make it work. And she says, oh yeah, I forgot about it being summer. But it's true. People who are on a normal 8 to 5 year-round kind of work cycle, this summer thing is different. It's really different. And my work schedule and the way I look at my job now that I teach is dramatically different than the way I looked at my job when I was working in the business world. It's a different mindset. And having worked in both, I can say that with experience.
Yeah.
People who don't work this calendar don't get it. For example, your year begins on January 1st. Mine doesn't.
Right.
Mine begins September 1st.
Right.
And everything in my calendar and how I plan my, day-to-day life is always based around a school year calendar. And that's different from the rest of the world.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I'm off on a tangent here. Sorry, folks.
That's okay.
But I don't know. So that is the one big new thing. I'm so excited. I'm going to fly out to California right before school starts. In August for a weekend, be a quick weekend, and hang out with my son and my future daughter-in-law. And on Saturday, she and her mom and her sister and I are going wedding dress shopping.
Okay.
And then, well, I hope.
Is her sister going to be her maid of honor?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing.
Okay.
I haven't really talked, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of what Derek said.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm hoping that while we're out there, we can kind of scope out some places where we can stay.
For the wedding?
For the, when we go out for the wedding. Because, there's Ryan and Kevin, and Coral was listed on the invitation. So
Okay.
she's going. And
Cool.
she is so excited about being able to go to California on the airplane with her dad. Because last April, Kevin went out and spent a week out by Derek. And, so he brought her stuff back from California. So I do know that he's planning on taking her out there, and I do know that he might stay a little bit longer, and they might do some vacation things, so, but I just need to find a place for us to stay, because I think with the wedding going on, staying with Derek and Ashley.
That's not a good thing.
No. And then that, if I scope out some places, then my siblings that would also choose to go out for the wedding. Maybe we can all rent a house, like something like that, like off an Airbnb or something,
or that vacation by owner thing. VROB.
Yeah, something like that. But if we can find a house that's close to where the area in the area, I don't even know how far the venue that the wedding's going to be at is from Rancho Cordova, which is technically the city they live in, which is basically a suburb of Sacramento.
Okay.
So, I don't know. So I want to get some of those things kind of straight in my head
Yeah,
too, so that when my sisters ask me, well, where, what should we do? Blah blah blah. Are they, what hotels are nearby and whatever?
Yeah.
Because much to Derek's surprise, because he didn't think anybody would show up. There's more people from Wisconsin going to that wedding than he realizes.
Oh,
and I
fun.
think that I am so thankful for that.
Yeah.
So,
That is nice.
yeah.
Yeah. And Lori's family did that. Remember when she just went down for that wedding in Atlanta? Yeah. They had a whole house rented for family to stay in.
Or was it niece's graduation? I think it was.
Oh, was it a graduation?
Whatever. It was graduation. It was in.
Oh,
well,
okay.
maybe, I don't know. But yeah, you're right. She did talk about how nice that was.
Yeah.
And whatever. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will, and that weekend I'm flying out there will be the last weekend of my summer break. I fly back, land in Milwaukee like midnight Sunday night. I gotta be to work Monday morning. But that's okay. Monday morning is sit in one of the high school field house gyms and listen to people yak.
Yet.
There's no kids, and it's you listen to the soup yak for an hour. It's like a big rah-rah speech.
Okay.
And so if I'm half asleep through that, I really don't care.
Okay.
I'm bad, I know. So that's what's in my life right now.
Okay.
Whining about people pestering me about, can you do this? Can you do that?
Yeah. My life is still the same. Lots of kids and grandkids in my life. House full, a very full house. So,
Yeah.
So we'll just hope, things. Oh, I got to tell you this.
Oh.
Liz had her wallet stolen this week.
No.
She took it out of her purse, the dinghy, when she came in the house. Her purse was too heavy. So she took her wallet out and left it in her car. And then the next morning it was gone. And so, she was just like, gloom and doom, but she wasn't going to do anything. And Andrea said, you got to call all the credit bureaus. And I said, you have to make a police report.
Oh, yeah.
In case anything comes from this in the future. So she did all that. And she didn't even get home or back to work from the police station. And they called her. Somebody had charged $3 on
They're
her
testing her.
on her debit card, and so then she gets another call. They found her wallet at the library. So, and I guess it still had her, because she had her Social Security card in there.
For heaven's sakes.
Yeah. So
My goodness.
they took that to the police station, and she can't get it until the property clerk comes back to work on Monday.
Well, that's good.
But, so they got that. And then she finds out they arrested the person that did the $3
Good.
for fraud. So, yeah. So it all worked out probably as good as it could work out for a stolen
my
wallet.
gosh.
Isn't that cool? So, yeah.
Well, she's still going to have to get all new credit cards.
Well, I don't think she had any credit cards in
Or
there,
even a
just
debit
that
card.
one debit card. And she did cancel that.
Yeah, she'll have to get a new one.
Yeah.
Because, that number... that number is now in the system as fraudulent. And,
Right. So-
what they usually do is that when they get access to a card, they'll do a quick, easy $3 something like that type transaction,
Yeah.
and then to test it to see if it works, and then after that is when they do big stuff that they can,
Yeah.
Now the good news is she's not made of money, so there is not much there to get.
Yeah, they're not
but,
going to get a lot out of her account. But yeah, I was excited. She got as good.
Oh, that's
good as return on.
Well,
that
and
as
the
she
thing
could've.
is, if everything else that was in there is intact, if she had pictures of the kids and, stuff like that, you hate to lose all that.
Well, I was worried because the Social Security card was in there and her driver's license. So that person had their Social Security number and her date of birth.
Yeah, really, you can do just about anything then.
Yeah, you can apply for a mortgage. I mean, really. So, but everything's set, and I guess she's going to leave her credit locked down, because when she calls the credit bureaus, they locked it down.
Well, yeah, if you don't need to.
Yeah, she's not going to buy a car or a house in the next 6 months.
Right, if you don't need to do anything, you might as well leave it locked down.
Yeah. So that was the excitement in our house this week.
That's stressful.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
So, what's new in the shop? Well, Sock Club was new.
Yes.
That came
Here it
out
is.
this week.
This is this month's sock. I love this. This is so pretty going up the leg like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and on the back, here it is.
Yep.
I just love this sock.
Yep. First time I used that bind off on the top.
Oh,
that
that's the tubular?
Tubular
Hey, I
bind
should
off.
try that because you know they usually get a little tighter on the top of my legs.
Yeah, yeah. So first time with that, and the first time I used this heel, and look how nice it's sucking in around this model ankle.
Yeah.
I kind of am liking that. It's a really deep heel.
It does,
and
it
it
fits.
lays nice on here. Imagine on
And
a real
I like
ankle.
how it, you know, it ends here. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the diagonal where your decreases are here,
Mm-hmm.
and then, well, I know you did this part here on purpose, that little bit, but this heel does flow nicely into this very textury, well, it's not
Mm-hmm.
cabley, what is it?
Well, it is.
Well, yeah, these are
It's
cables.
cables and lace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's lots of twisted stitches, so they're raised and they look really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this heel, actually, with this sock pattern, is spectacular.
Yeah. I wanted to find. Oh, I'm under my hairs.
Oh.
I wanted to find a heel I liked with toe up because I really, truly have not found before this one a heel I liked a lot with the toe up sock. But this
Oh.
one I like.
I use the dollar one, Socks Therapist one.
Okay, what does that use? Wrap and turns or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't like wrap and turns. This I like. No wrap and turns.
And I like the OMG heel by Megan Williams. I like those too. And that's also a wrap and turn.
Yeah.
The OMG is quick it's got a quick gusset. You get your width really fast. And that,
Yeah.
you know, and those seem to fit me very well.
This one's kind of a deeper gusset, but that's me. I have a very high arch, so I tend to like the deeper gussets.
You know, that whole high arch, and, you know, I do not have, you know, that high arch. And
Yep.
experimenting with different heels. If you're going to knit hand knit socks, experimenting with different heels and deciding what heel fits your foot is probably the smartest thing any sock knitter can do. And you know, and different sock heels fit feet differently, and you know, you could even knit, you know, like let's say you're knitting for one of the girls, you know, well, Andrea, that's the heel I use for her because that fits her the best. And then for Liz, this one, you know?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because their feet are different.
Sure.
And some people like the heel flap, you know, because of the double thickness in the back of their shoe. You know?
Yep.
Me, that part doesn't matter to me so much. I can do a wrap and turn just fine, and that fits me well. But I've never really knit socks for any of the men in my house because their feet are too long. Takes forever. I don't like those long foot, you know.
Yeah, and if they're not gonna be knit worthy, you don't want to waste all that time.
Well, the
I
way
mean,
they
they're
do
gonna-
their laundry, I'm not sure
Yeah.
they're knitted sock worthy.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So,
So.
but I don't know. It's pretty sock. Yep.
I'm
so,
loving it.
Yeah.
And it comes with this month. It comes with
Oh.
a chibi.
Oh, chibis are awesome.
So you get the yarn, the Kylie yarn.
Yes, this
that
is her
I
onion skin yarn.
hand-dyed.
Oh, wait. Look at the label. Gotta show you that. If that isn't the best label ever. So, it's so pretty. I think you did a nice job on the label.
Thank you. And then the chibi is with the 3 bent tip needles. Can you see them in there?
Yeah.
chibi.
There's 2 bigger ones and 1 smaller one that works
Yeah.
well for fingering weight.
Yep.
So, I love my chibis.
Yeah, so that's the notion this time. Pattern, yarn, and chibi.
I love that sock.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. I have, and I pulled it out. Joanne was messing around on Instagram, and I saw this picture, and I forgot about this. This was a previous month's sock club, but the picture you had of all 6 skeins of this that are sitting on the shelf on Instagram was so cool. This is exactly the same yarn. Look, they're different. They're not different. It's just the striping pattern and the way it is. Now, when I saw the picture on Instagram, I thought, oh, that would be so cool in a boomerang shaped shawl or an asymmetrical shaped shawl. Hitchhiker came to mind. Now, what's the yardage on this? I think it's like 400. Well, where are you? Yeah, 437. So that would not be enough for a hitchhiker. It would be a pretty small hitchhiker. Hitchhikers originally were designed for Woolmeys, and Woolmeys runs on Pure, which is 100% superwash merino. They have a blend, no, it's twin. Pure and twin are the two options. Pure has no nylon. Twin has, I think, 10% nylon. Anyways, when Hitchhiker was designed, it was designed for Woolmeys. Woolmeys is a 150-gram skein.
Oh, okay.
So Woolmeys on the Pure, you're getting 570 yards. So people were always knitting Hitchhikers, and well, what the heck happened? Mine is so small, you know? Okay.
Yep.
If you were going to knit this into a Hitchhiker, which I think would be a phenomenal shawl, by the way, you would have to start out with this. Now, I know that this repeats, but what you're going to have to do is like figure out where the repeat it is. And you might waste a little bit of yarn getting the colors to match up, because if you just went from one ball to the next ball, you'd mess with your color
You know,
sequence.
this one you picked up, though, both have purple on the outside.
Well, and
So
there wouldn't be.
And one of these and start one of these on the outside.
Right. It might be, but then your color sequence,
Oh, it might run backward.
it would be the opposite direction.
Okay.
So you're going to have to, you'll get experience with how the yarn plays by knitting the first ball. And then when you put your second ball on, since you have ample yarn here, you'll have to line up your colors so you don't screw up the color sequencing. Because I think it would, I personally for me, I would see that if I was knitting it. Okay, I wouldn't see it if you knit it wrong and you wore it. I wouldn't see it then. Don't misunderstand. I don't look at people's knitwear and get picky, okay? But what I'm saying is that if I was knitting it and I was looking at it, I would see that as an imperfection in my knitting, and it would drive me crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah, and the way these are lining up, they're slightly off. But you could maybe, like here, if you look on this one, the center's got, oh, let's see, I'm going in and I'm finding some oranges in the center, but I'm also seeing this lime green and purplish color. So
So,
these
and this
two,
one is ending with purple, so that might work.
it might work.
Yeah.
What
I
I'm
don't know, though.
suggesting, what I'm thinking is because this one has like this 2-color look everywhere, and this one has the 1-color look, they are probably real close to lining up, but they're off just a smidge. It's what gets to the outside of this ball wound up and the outside of that ball. And it could be maybe a foot or two. And that would change this. Even, you know, that's all it would be. So maybe if, like with these two balls, there would not be that much of variation.
Right, you're right, because they're both ending with the purple.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yeah.
There's
It's
another
nice
shawl
yarn.
out there that I wanted to knit. You know who turned me on to this? Megan did. She was knitting it one knit-in weekend. It's called Bosque Pear, B-O-S-C. You know, like the pear, Bosque Pear. And it calls for a long color run self-striping, like a Zelber ball. She was knitting it in a Zelber ball. And
Okay.
it was so cool knit up. And this would work for that as well.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I think it called for 2 balls of Zelber ball, or, you know, that much yarn. So 2 balls of this would work too. And I just, there's this part of me, I was going to buy a Zelber ball to knit that. It's in my queue somewhere. I don't know when I was going to get to it, but, you know, this would work, and I love this color.
And I like Queensland yarn too.
This,
one-
you know, I've
this
not
is a
used it.
80-20. I made a sock club with this.
Yes.
I made the Appia.
Oh,
That
you did?
Appia was Queensland. Yep.
This color?
No, I used the Rainbow Beach Appia, which is a more muted striping.
Okay.
And I think I've used Queensland for one other project. But I really
was
like
it the Queensland? That was Queensland that I used for my the sweater we all did.
Which sweater is that?
Oh crap! Just in April, the knit along we all did.
I'm brain dead.
Me too.
No, yeah, United.
You guys use
United.
Rosalind. You know,
Yeah.
I did use the
Patty
Queensland,
Lyons
the
one.
Patty Lyons one. Thank you. Yeah, you guys used Rosalind,
Yeah.
and I used United, the
Queensland
Queensland United, and it was a wool cotton blend, and I will tell you, I really did like the way that yarn knit up. I really
and you
did.
see the price on Queensland?
Yeah, can't argue with it.
Yeah.
So nice yarn, good price.
Yep.
Wouldn't go wrong.
Yep. I like it.
So, all right, what you got on the needles?
Oh, lots of sweaters. This is still my bubble sweater. I know I haven't gotten as far as I'd like. I almost got a sleeve.
That's really nice, though. It's a beautiful sweater.
Thank you.
That's for Christmas?
No,
Or
it was
you
supposed
just-
to be for his birthday, and I didn't get it done. So
Oh, well.
I'll make sure it's done by fall. So that's
It's all right.
Yeah.
I grew up with knitting relatives, obviously my aunts and my grandma and whatever, as a kid. And I do recall that there were many of holidays and birthdays where somebody just got handed a bag of yarn. You know, and it's funny because it was my aunt who didn't knit that got the bag of yarn that I remember distinctly as a kid. She got this bag of yarn and she says, "Oh, yay, yarn. What am I supposed to do with it?"
Yeah.
You know, it was just, it didn't get done.
Then this is my sweater with my hand-dyed yarn. This is from Red Onion Peels.
Gosh, the colors the earthy, warm colors you come from these, natural dyes. It's just phenomenal.
I'm this far on this side. You can see about 5 inches from
Yeah.
the armpit right now. So, and I think I got to go to about 16. So, yep, that's coming along. And then thirdly is this one that you're doing the same thing, Modulancho. We started a knit along with the shop.
That's why we're all knitting it.
I am to the shoulders right now, so I joined this shoulder, and I still have to do that one. I have a provisional bind off on the bottom. I'm using this blue. I'm using bamboo pop. So I have to make this shoulder, join it up, and then do an I-cord edging. Got a lot of ends to weave in, too. And so,
I want it falling off my needles.
oh, I know. That's why I put these little blue things on before the podcast.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, you did I-cord bind off already.
Yep, there's my I-cord bind off on my neck. And then I've got my pink and white stripes. And now
Okay.
I've done the pickup along this edge here for the welt.
Okay.
So
So you're a
Yeah.
little bit further than me.
there's the welt along the side, and I'm doing it in the pink. I'm a little nervous I don't have enough pink, but we'll find out. And if I don't have enough pink, it's kind of funny, I threw it in here. This was what I had left of my first ball of my
my.
black. Okay, from the body. That's what I had left from my first ball. So it's not enough, obviously, to do the welts. And the pattern calls for to do the welts in this color. But I thought doing them in pink would be fun. I measured, I weighed my yarn, and if I get this, I got like 4 more rows to go, of my welt to knit before I knit it together. If I'm over half of my skein, I'm going to rip it out, and I am going to just do my welt in this,
Okay.
which is my sleeve color.
You could probably do the last row of the welt in this color because
The knit
it's
two
gonna-
together welt
Yeah,
row?
because it'll be
Yeah.
kind of underneath.
That's what I was thinking I would do.
Yeah.
And then that way to start my sleeves, I'm in the right color. So this is my sleeve color. It's got blue in it, okay? And the pink was just this high contrast that I wanted. And then my other color, do I have that skein in here? No, I don't. Oh, I must have left it at home. This white has little, around my neck edge, that has little flecks of blue in it. It's kind of a speckle. So that's what mine is. So I will keep working on it.
Cool.
Yeah. So I did this last night when I got home. I wove in my ends, but I'm gonna have to redo this because I got things peeking out.
Ah.
I don't like that. It's bugging me, so I'm
Right.
gonna have to fix that. I wanted to stick it in the I-cord, but apparently I missed.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't weave these in, because I want to stick these through the welt.
Oh, yeah.
That's why
There
those
you
are
go.
still there.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So,
I'm real
Very
happy
nice.
with the way it's turning
Very
out,
nice.
and I like the length of it.
Uh-huh.
So it doesn't, you can't really tell on the needles, but
Right.
yeah, at any rate, it's been a fun knit.
Mm-hmm. And so that's all I'm working on, just those projects.
Well, I'm working on the second sock to match this one, so here it is. I'm onto the.
We're back.
We're back.
We had a little phone call in there.
It's so funny when
Sorry.
that happens.
Yeah.
I just jumped. It was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
So we were just like in our zone here,
Uh-huh.
you know. Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't often play videos on my phone, but yesterday I was playing a video solitaire on my phone, and a phone call came in right in the middle of it. As I had this in my hand, I jumped 5 feet, I swear. It was so funny. Oh.
Some days, you know.
Yeah.
So
So
anyways.
I'm sorry that happened while you were showing your
my
other
socks.
sock.
This is my other sock. So I'm just knitting down the gusset, you know,
Okay.
decreasing for the gusset, and then I have to do the foot. But
Okay.
this is Brew City. Lady
Okay.
Marmalade is the colorway, and I
Okay.
just think they're really pretty. I love these socks, and since I've got, you know, a full ball,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna knit a pair for me that are nice short, you know, they're
Mm-hmm.
just shorty socks, and then I'm going to knit a pair to match it for Cora, and we're gonna have matching, you know, because
yeah, golf socks?
yeah, these are called Rose City Rollers,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, I'm gonna call her golf socks.
Okay.
And you know, because they're just little short socks. She doesn't wear golf shoes anyways yet, but you know, they'll be enough yarn for a kid-sized pair of socks. And I mean, I can make this little, you know, roll-down cuff. And well, I did a slip stitch heel on this one, but we'll see. And I, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, yeah, I'm doing cuff down. I almost like never do cuff down, but this is going okay. I mean, I've had these knot in the needles for like forever.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to just finish them and be done.
Yeah.
I went
that'll
through.
be cute.
I went through all of my UFOs,
Oh, that's a
every
big thing.
UFO, and I listed them. I kid you not, there's 20.
Oh.
So my goal is every month I rotate. Okay, everyone has their way of doing things.
Sure.
I rotate in a week amongst 3 projects
Okay.
every week. And what, you know, if I'm in testing on something, my testing deadline determines which project gets the love.
Okay.
Okay? But I always rotate amongst 3. It seems like 3 project bags fit in my knitting tote the
Yeah,
best. So
yeah.
that's how I decided. So I made a list, and my rule now is, you know how I'm so rule-based, but my rule is I'm allowed to have I'm doing my Camp Loopy, so that's one of my projects. Turns out my test is also my Camp Loopy. I'm double dipping there.
Okay.
So that works out well. And then my shop project, which like in this case, it's the knit along. It might also be one of my stealth projects for the mystery series. So I always have my shop project is what I call it. And then I will have a UFO.
Okay.
And so I am going to deal with that UFO. Now, on my list of UFOs though, I did not include the 3 sweaters that I'm going to frog
okay.
because the 3 sweaters will not fit anymore.
Okay.
So I'm going to frog them. There's no point in, you know, and they're in various stages of completion. And, you know, one I'm using Plymouth Select yarn on it, you know, that's really nice yarn.
Yeah, it's a merino, so
Yeah.
it's really soft.
Yeah, it's really soft and kind of slippery. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But it's a nice yarn. I'm thinking, why would I waste that? You know, I'm going to recover
I
that
like
yarn.
when you finish because then I get sweat.
Oh, shut up.
If you
No,
don't
I'm not
recognize,
finishing those.
This is Amy's Hume from last year that no longer fits her, so I have a sweet friend that gave it to me.
Well, I figured somebody might as well wear it. I wasn't going to frog that.
Yep.
You know, although I will tell you, I have yarn at home for another one. I'm going to knit
Okay.
another one. I love
Yeah.
that sweater.
Yeah,
I love knitting it, and I'm going to knit it out of the Kobasi again.
Yeah, that Hume is a great pattern, a nice little summer tee.
It is. So yeah, I'm going to knit another one. I don't know when, but by next summer I will.
Okay.
I'm done knitting summer sweaters right now. The one I'm testing is also a pullover sweater, but that one is 3/4 length sleeves.
Okay.
So, and it is a wool cotton blend with a little linen in it, but so I've been into that. I have to explore knitting with cotton somehow. So this just seems to be the way to
And
do
if
it.
it's blended with wool, it's going to still have memory, so.
Yeah, Yeah, and I
That's
see. I hate
nice.
the way cotton stretches, and that's why I like the kobasi because the kobasi has that elastic fiber to it, and it stretches, but the
Yeah.
elastic has the memory.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm gonna break my rule of never knitting a sweater twice. I've already broken it a few times, anyways. But all right, knitting a pattern twice is really my rule. I literally never do, but I can say that I've done it now twice.
And
Already.
every project turns out different because you make changes.
Yeah, because like, that breezeway tee that I did 2 of those, and I was real happy with the way that turned out. And that's why I did the second one. And I made some mods on the second one that I'm real happy with.
Good.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, I got a lot going on the needles, but I'm going to deal with those UFOs, and
Good.
I'm going to bang them out slowly. So the first one I picked is this one. The nice thing about this is that, I've got literally 3 socks in that stack. And since there's, 3 different socks that I was knitting, 2 of the 3, I'm working actually on the second sock already.
Okay.
So
Well, that's good.
one of them is just the first sock isn't done yet.
So you should be able to finish those in the week that you work on them.
This I should, yeah.
Yeah. And whatever the next time you pick one up.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you can show us, or is it all secret projects?
Oh, I have, I don't know, maybe I started showing this last time. I just, not a lot done on it, but I love the yarn, so I guess I will show it. This is Foxtrot. I decided that I did not need to go crazy over knitting something in a sweater in 4 days. So I'm taking my own sweet time. I've split off for the sleeves. And this is my Foxtrot, just the top. So it's just a cardigan. But I love the semi-solid nature of the yarn. And it's pretty stiff right now.
It's a sturdy. It doesn't feel stiff, sturdy, I would say.
Well,
High twist.
High twist, so it's going to have good definition, which is nice because the Foxtrot has that texture pattern in there, and I think it'll look really good. I like the way this looks, the way the seam on the raglan is.
Okay.
So I'm real happy with that. And yeah, so and the yarn, it's a semi-solid. And I did not see that
Okay.
in the yarn initially.
Right.
Did not see it, but I love it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I just love the way it's knitting up. So I will probably put this one on the back burner while I finish up that test. And yeah, so between this and my poncho and my sock, and then that test, and
That's your 3 for the week.
that's
huh?
my 3 for the week.
Okay.
So
Something new came on the website this week. You'll notice I have partnered with Bruce City. There's going to be a mystery knit-along in October. So I am selling the kits for that, taking pre-orders now. If you want to go to the website and click on shop, you'll see the Bruce City Mystery Knit-along icon. Click on that and you'll see the colorways. So yeah, check that out.
yeah, there's 4 options.
I'm
And
very excited.
I am excited. I don't know if I'm going to do the knit along, but I want the kit. So because I think that the kit has, because of the way that there's full skeins of solid colors, and then there's minis involved, and I think that the kit in itself, the way it's put together, will be really cool in lots of things. And so I am opting to just get the kit, and I'm going to use the kit in a different way.
Okay.
I'm not sure I'm going to like the shawl, so.
Yeah, it does. A spoiler for that is that it's going to have brioche in it.
Yeah.
And they do mention that already.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan
So,
of brioche. I've done it.
I'm
It's
not
not hard.
experienced enough to say I love it or hate it. I've never done anything besides straight brioche. I've never increased or decreased or made patterns with it, anything like that. And I'm guessing since it's called Crossroads that there might be some cables. I have no clue if that's really true, but that's just a guess in my head, you know,
Yeah, who knows?
because of the name. But yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
So if you order now, it'll ship in September, so you have it October 1st for the clues to be distributed. So So
Very cool.
Yeah. And we got a bunch of other stuff coming up in the shop.
Oh my gosh, busy place.
Yeah. Wednesday we start the weekly dish, which is Wednesday at 12:30, and it's going to be every week. It starts this week. We're going to do a dishcloth, and I'm going to alternate between knitting and crocheting, so it's going to be a little of both. And it's just kind of a drop-in thing. It's just a workshop, no big cost involved. It's $5 cost to join us, but then you get $5 off your purchases of the same day. So basically, if you buy anything, it's free.
Well, and that way you can get your yarn.
Yeah, right. So Fridays we'll continue to have the new thing, the coffee clutch. That's working out really well. We've had 3 weeks of that already, so that's been fun. Tuesday the 23rd will be the Log Cabin Club. That's a quilting workshop, and that's going to be the second one. Anybody can join up or drop out at any time. It's an ongoing workshop. It's not really a classroom. I mean, we share a lot of tips and tricks, but anybody can join at any time. There's no like catch up you'd have to do if you know how to sew.
So if I bring my quilt fabric for my present for Derek and Ashley, maybe we could use some of that workshop time to help me figure out how to make a quilt out of that stuff.
Okay.
Because
Sure.
I have plenty, and I'm thinking that if I would use the center of the design in the center of my, instead of, you know how, the log cabin's got all the little pieces, okay? Let's say we skip the center little pieces and use my motif that's on there.
Right.
And then on the outside, we make it log cabin style.
Sure. Yep, that can work. It sounds like the
Mailman.
mailman.
Yeah, mailman.
Yeah, that'll work.
So I was thinking maybe I would come out because that would be a time we could do that, but on the other
Okay.
hand, I really don't know how to go about doing this.
Okay.
And we'll have to pick some fabrics that will blend with what I know of their house. I've decided that I'm going to do a quilt, but I want it to be not a big like bed-size quilt, but like, the quilt that you throw on when you're laying on the couch. That would be smaller size, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I
And-
like to make them twin size because then 6 foot tall guys can still fit under them,
You realize my son is 5'5".
Is he? Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, no, it's funny because you know Ryan and you know Kevin, but you've never met Derek.
Right.
Okay, Ryan is 6'2". Kevin is 6 feet. Derek, 5'5". All the leftover height jeans that Derek didn't use went to his brothers.
I see.
So yeah, he did
Okay.
not. He is definitely height challenged. He's short.
Okay.
And it's funny. But yeah, so I don't need. Although Ashley, I think Ashley's taller than he is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's just he's short, but I decided that I wanted to do a quilt, and then with the leftover pieces, because you figure if you do a 36-inch table runner with this motif with things around it, we're talking 4 motifs because each one is about yay big.
Yeah.
So if they're this thing is like a 4x5 rectangle.
Yeah.
What we put around it to get color and some pattern to it, I'm gonna have so you figure if I do the table runner, there's 4. Then if I do some mug rugs like I was talking, that would match.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm talking. There's another one per mug rug kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I have like 30 of these squares, and each square has 2 motifs.
Okay.
So I
That's
have
funny.
plenty fabric.
You can make lots of stuff.
And so what I thought it would be nice is that I can have the the table runner, and they don't have a big table. So 36 is probably the biggest I'd want to go.
Okay.
And that's 36 is your standard size for a small table runner.
Right.
And then I thought, well, I could do placemats, but I don't think I would like the way these would. They'd have to be a weird rectangle. You know, so I decided I didn't want to do placemats. So
Okay.
table runner, mug rugs, and then whatever is left, I'm going to throw into this quilt. And then the quilt
Okay.
can be however big the quilt ends up being, it ends up being. I'm just going to
Okay.
use up the fabric,
Okay.
you know. And so how we make the blocks for this and assemble it, I haven't a clue. You're going to
Okay.
help me with that.
Okay.
This
Yep.
is my first quilt, folks. I've never done a quilt.
Okay. Bring it in. So other classes coming up. Wednesday the 24th is Crochet 101.
Yep.
Wednesday the 31st is Knitting 101. Absolute Beginners Knitting. That's the class for you. 5:30. Sunday the 4th of August is Sunday Fun Day, and our theme for August is bag making, project bags. And then this one you can talk about.
Oh,
That's
August
yours.
8th. Yeah.
Yes.
I have a class starting on Thursday, August 8th for a Novus Construction sweater. Novus Construction was kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say invented, created, whatever, by Laura Nelkin. And it starts on the sleeve and you work across the body and down the sleeve. And so I loved the construction. It was fun to knit. I enjoyed knitting it tremendously. And so I've got a class going on how the sweater itself is not hard to do, but understanding the construction and what you're doing it takes some thinking. I took a class at Ann Budd on how to do this, and now that I've taken the class and I've knit it, I can share how to go about doing it. And so the class is going to focus on, one, how to do this construction. So the first session is that. And there's only 2 sessions with it because the actual knitting of this is not hard. You just got to wrap your head around the technique. And then, so the first one is, how does that technique work and what are you going to do with it? How are you going to take the pattern and make sure it fits you? So there is some sizing involved in it, and we're going to talk about how to do that. And then there's a second session about, it's in September sometime. I don't remember the date of it. But the second session in September is how then to take, when you go from one sleeve through the body down to the other sleeve, then how do you connect it? Because it's not just a seam. It's kind of like an applied panel. If you've ever done an applied border, the technique is similar to that, but it's not the same because you got, and a border is only you doing it on one side. In this, you're doing it on 2. And so that's what the class is all about. And I have my sweater done, and so we have a sample of that. And then, but I'm also going to be knitting one with the class.
Okay.
So, so that
Good.
people, can see it. And I'm thinking that, posting my progress on that thing. And it's going to be really funky. This is just a bizarre sweater.
Okay.
So I'm looking
Good.
forward to knitting it.
Cool. All
So-
right. Also in August, a couple more things are coming up. We're going to have the Stash Buster sale.
Yep.
The middle of the month, or the 24th, I think that is.
Yep.
17th will be that clickforbabies.org.
Yep.
More details on those events will be coming out soon. Watch your newsletter. I don't know if you noticed, newsletters have been coming out now on Tuesdays instead of, yeah. I think it works out better because Tuesday's like the beginning of our week here.
Right.
So,
Makes
or
sense.
well, Monday night, sometimes I send Monday night or Tuesday it goes out. So, yeah, so that's beginning of our week. So I like to do the newsletter then.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah. Besides, the weekends are too busy to get it out.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
So, yeah.
And then the other thing that's coming up is the mystery series. And those are my stealth projects. Now, one thing I guess I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I was thinking about this on my way out here. Because darn, I was going to bring that one along and show you. Darn it. Oh, well, it's at home. It has to be blocked anyways.
Okay.
But the mystery series it's not just a project that I pick and we knit, we do a knit along with it. There is some technique involved, and I kind of wanted to point that out because every project, when I am looking at the mystery series, every project is chosen for a specific reason. There's usually a technique involved or something special about that project that would always enhance a person's repertoire of knitting skills. And I sometimes I think, other than the fact that it's just a lot of fun, I think sometimes we forget that part.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's some
learning.
there is learning and there is technique involved, and I make a point of, when I'm looking at projects, of what would be perfect. And like when you and I sat down and we talked about them, it was okay. Well, what is it that we're going to teach within that project?
Right.
And that's an important component of it.
Yeah.
And so this year's series has more than just shawls in it.
Okay.
So I had enough
Good.
shawls. I wanted to do something else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think other people are that way too now. That's why I think even the whole knitting world, it was all shawls, 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 and now it's so many garments.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so many more garments than, 4 years ago.
Yeah, you didn't see like the yoked sweaters. Oh my God, the explosion in yoke sweaters and the
Yeah.
color work.
Yep.
And some of the color work. And you know what else is huge right now? Mosaic. Absolutely huge. Mosaic is huge.
Yeah.
And well, we did mosaic last spring in the mystery series.
Yep.
I have a shawl coming up that's mosaic that I'm gonna knit. I can't wait.
Okay. Cool. I want to do a sweater too. That's why I have my Sun Valley yarn that's been waiting for me for a long time to knit. It's some mosaic.
Oh wow.
It's been there for a year because it was last year's ZK I bought it. I still haven't started it.
That's not like you.
Well, it's because everything I do is shop models, and Sun Valley isn't our yarn, so it's not a shop model. Yeah.
I get it.
Yep.
That whole knitting shop model thing. Yeah. So that's what I got going on.
I think that's all I have too.
Wow. Wow.
So it's been fun.
Yeah.
Have a good week or 2 weeks.
2 weeks. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.